Hi folks, how you doing? I've picked up a couple of NES Max controllers, and these are official Nintendo products that were released for the original Nintendo system. Yeah, I've managed to bag two of them, and one of them boxed as well, although the box has seen better days. So yeah, they are direct replacements for the standard controllers that come with the system. They work in more or less the same way, but they are slightly different. Obviously they're a different shape. You've got these two turbo buttons, which are just rapid fire for the A and B buttons. And the D-pad, well, that's a little bit different. You've got this little sliding, I don't know what you'd call it really, little sliding area for your thumb. Little sliding dial, I suppose. It looks like an analog stick, but it isn't. The actual D-pad is in this black ring here, for up, down, left, right. This is just to make it more comfortable for your thumb to rest on, to slide around. And I've given it a test and it works really well. It actually feels very, very comfortable to use. It's just a little bit weird. So this one feels quite nice. It's got a little bit of resistance on the slider, not too much, just enough to feel nice. Yeah, still feels tight and fairly newish. Got another one that came in the box. I think this one's had a bit of a harder life. There's a bit more play and a bit more rattle in it. It feels a bit grittier. And the buttons don't have the same feel to them. They feel like they've been hammered flat. So I think this has been well enjoyed, shall we say. So I want to have a look inside and tear them down and give them a proper clean. And why, you might be asking? I think this is the worst one. Yeah, all that grime that's come off somebody else's hand. I don't want it. And I want to see if I can improve the response for these buttons as well. So we'll do that. We'll take them apart, we'll give them a clean, and we'll have a look at the construction as well. Always interesting to get the original box. I always like to see how these things came originally. So this seems to be in English and French. So cut down on packaging production costs, I suppose. And yeah, it's quite a very 80s looking box, really. That kid certainly looks happy enough, so I don't see why I shouldn't be. Yeah, let's have a look at them in more detail. Yeah, let's concentrate on the grottier of the two, I think. This is the one that's had the harder life, the one that came in the box. Let's start dismantling. Okay, so what have we got inside? Is that a crystal? It looks like it might be one, which would make sense for those turbo buttons. And then presumably one of these chips will be the 8-bit register. So the way the Nintendo pad works is it doesn't have, like a standard Atari pad for example will have, you basically cross two wires and that gives you up, down, left, right, fire, whatever. There aren't enough pins for all the buttons on the end of the joypad, so what it does, the Nintendo will send a pulse down to the 8-bit register and it will cycle through the status of each button and report back to the console, and I think it will do that every frame or maybe every other frame for certain games, I'm not too sure. Yep. So other side of the board, yeah, we've got I can get it in the shot, there we go. Yeah, got these little carbon pads, more carbon pads under here for all the buttons. That's interesting, they've not gone with separate mouldings for each pad, they just sort of lumped it into all this weird shape. That's fine. Buttons themselves, presumably I can just remove those. This doesn't actually seem that dirty. I mean, I'll give it a wash anyway, but it doesn't seem too bad. And then we've got the D-pad with its little little slidey. Can I take that apart? Yeah, it looks like I can push some tabs back. There it goes. And that is grotty, actually. Yeah, there's a little bit of grease there, actually. That's quite, yeah. Clearly not doing its job anymore. And then we've got the slider itself. That's quite dirty on the back, so that would explain why it feels a bit gritty. So that can all be cleaned up. Lovely. Okay. What I'll do is I'll put all this through a bit of a wash and we'll reassemble it and we'll see if it feels any better. And you know what, while I'm here and I've got the board out, let's just give all these contacts a bit of a clean. Let's just give it a little bit of IPA and a gentle rub down. So I've cleaned up most of the first controller and I've stripped down the second one, and I'm going to do the same thing, a little bit of a clean up. And I'm going to show you how I do it. So this is an Ultrasonic jewellery cleaner. You can pick these things up for 20 quid all day on eBay. And normally I'd use it for cleaning watch parts. I put some really nasty chemicals in here and I use it for that. But it's a brilliant time saver when it comes to cleaning bits of retro kit. So if you're cleaning a keyboard on a computer up, for example, you throw your keycaps in here, a little bit of warm soapy water. Yes indeed, don't need to scrub. I'll show you it in action. So this is the back of the controller that's really quite nasty in places, quite dirty. I'll just throw that in. In fact, let's put it that way down. And hopefully you'll see this thing in action. No scrubbing. See, already you can see the dirt starting to float off. And I've got the buttons, which are looking a bit grotty in places. And we'll do the same with those. Oh yeah, you can see the dirt just floating off it. Let's have a look at reassembly. So if we start with this, this little D-pad piece, I think we can see it's actually it's got a chamfered edge, so we need to make sure it goes back correctly. And there's a locking ring that goes over the top, and that has got the same chamfer on it, same angle. So in theory this will only go one way. Yes, I know I've not put the centrepiece back in yet. I just want to get my head around how it actually fits together first. So it won't fit like that. It won't fit like that. That seems to fit. So that looks right. Okay. Was I even in shot then? I don't know. Yeah. Effectively what I've got is the angle on both pieces in the same place, and that seems to be the way it works. So we need our centerpiece. It slides around, but what I'm going to do, because there was some lubricant on there before, I just want to reapply that. So I'll just give it a little bit of silicone, not too much. That's probably enough. Lovely. And if we line up those angles, there we go. That feels better already. Okay. Next, making sure everything's thoroughly dried, which it seems to have. Buttons. Now we're probably going to have the same issue with the buttons in that they're going to be on an angle. So we need to get it right. So let's start with the turbo. So that can only go one way. Into that little locking tab. This one's on an angle. So I'll put the thin edge towards the end. And that looks right. Fire button. Again, that one can only really go there. Has that got a chamfer on it? It has. So let's put again the thin end towards the edge. I'll check it. Yeah, that looks right. Right, D-pad. If I put the thick end there, that seems to line up. Let me just, without dropping anything. Yeah, that looks straight. I think we're good. Fiddly. I'll look underneath. Everything looks okay. Right. How the hell? Something like that, I think. Sure that locates. That looks correct. How do you go? Anything like that? Maybe. Looks right. Will it go either way? I suppose it matters really. Let's get the back on. Actually feels like it's got a bit more of a click to it now as well. So maybe just cleaning up those rubber pads made all the difference. It does feel better. Never underestimate a good clean. All the buttons are clicking nicely. Yeah, I can put the screws back in that, I think, quite happily. Cool. Right, hooked up. Let's see how well this plays. Well, the D-pad's working fine. Yeah. Okay, I'm not great at the not great at the game, but all my buttons seem to be working, so I'm going to call that a success. Excellent. Okay, I'm going to call this a win, and I'm going to leave the video here, and I'm going to carry on playing because I don't want to be playing around a camera, but I really want to play this game at the moment. So I'll wrap this up, and I'll say thank you as always for watching. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.